All right, so let's talk about Dexter Reed. I see a lot of people complaining about the fact that did they have the right to stop him? Was it an illegal stop? Well, in the state of Illinois, it is legal to stop someone for not wearing a seatbelt. Now, if you want to say, well, they don't know, how could they see he was wearing a seatbelt? His windows are tinted. Fair question, but you're asking the wrong question. The right question is, why, when he's surrounded by cops, does he decide to pull out a gun and start shooting them? The right question is, why does he even have a gun when he's been arrested for unlawful possession of firearms before, right? So he made a myriad of poor decisions, and there's not enough focus on that. He got told to unlock the door a multitude of times, keep the window rolled down. He was not really complying. So he wasn't complying. He decided to shoot at police officers with a gun that he wasn't supposed to have. But yet we have a lot of people who want to come out here and talk about, well, the police, we don't know if they pulled him over, right? Or yada, yada, yada. But what we do know is that he didn't act appropriately. So why don't we go off what we do know and stop speculating off what we don't know? So like I said, we do know that he pulled the trigger and shot a police officer in the arm. We do know that after he shot, he tried to drive the car away. We do know there was like 10 or 11 shell casings in his car, right? We do know he wasn't complying with orders. And what you do when you ignore the poor decisions that he makes, you're absolving him of accountability and trying to put everything on the police force, when in reality, he was the one who did the vast majority of wrong. And when you do that, you're actually increasing the chances for more stuff like this to happen, because we're not condemning that poor, deadly, and degenerate behavior, right? So that type of behavior needs to be condemned. And I think it needs to be condemned aggressively. One, because that's the right thing to do, but two, because it's going to save more lives. If it's not popular to do stupid things like this, and overall people aren't defending this type of behavior, people are going to be less likely to try to do that, or to feel comfortable do it, or comfortable doing it, or to feel like they're within their right to do something as stupid as that, right? He literally tried to take their lives and get away, and then people are defending his poor behavior, talking about, well, like his uncle said, if they wouldn't have stopped my son, my nephew, he'd still be alive today. If your nephew wouldn't have shot a police officer and shot at other police officers, he'd still be alive today. If he just would have complied and done what he was supposed to do, he would still be alive today. Even if they wrongly pulled him over, he could say, okay, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna fight it in court, right? Rather than fighting it in the street. Because when you fight it in the street, you're likely, one, gonna die, and there's a saying that you can be right or you can be dead right. One could argue that Dexter Reed is now dead right. So my thing is, a lot of people, I think, are completely missing the plot. They're focused on the wrong things, and we're absolving criminals of accountability. They need to be held accountable. And it's unfortunate what happened to him, but he played a very stupid game, and he won a very stupid prize. So in reality, he got what he deserved. You shoot at a bunch of cops, you're likely going to be killed. That is just the reality. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to put that out there and say we need to be wanting to hold him accountable and not finding excuses for him. And in the process of doing that and working to keep that culture, we will save lives in the future, because less people will do stupid things like this.